Let's also tell you that Fulgence Kayishema, one of the last fugitives sought over the 1994 Rwanda genocide, appeared before a court in Cape Town on Friday. This comes 2 days after his arrest following 22 years on the run. Kayishema allegedly took part in one of the genocide's bloodiest episodes when thousands of men, women and children who had sought shelter in the church were slaughtered. Flanked by armed officers with helmets and bulletproof vests, Kayishema identified himself before the packed courtroom. The 62-year-old appeared calm and composed as a state prosecutor read out the accusations against him. At the end of a short hearing, magistrate Ronel Oliver remanded him into custody with a next appearance scheduled for June 2. Now, William Els, a senior trading coordinator, Institute for Security Studies, now joins us to speak more on this. South Africa is said to rather have become a hub for notable fugitives, to actually harbor fugitives running away from the law and from countries that are meant to rule out a bit of executions on them. So why is it that this is more pronounced in South Africa, and why does it seem as though South Africa is a destination for these fugitives when it comes to escaping justice?
So I think we shall kick off with your first question. The answer there is not a very simple answer, but it can be ascribed to the decay of the law enforcement fraternity in South Africa. That started with the state capture here in South Africa that actually weakened not only the law enforcement but also the intelligence fraternity in South Africa, and that was followed by the judiciary that was also severely hampered by this state capture. And that is not the only challenge that they face. Above that is that at the end of the day, corruption became quite endemic in South Africa during this period, where these type of criminals, they because of the lax law enforcement standards in South Africa, they can also buy their way, if they've got money, to bribe from the immigration officers to the police officers and beyond.
All right, William, let's also look at what you feel that the South African government can do in terms of probably beefing up security or finding ways to prevent these sort of fugitives finding their way into the country. We'd like to understand what you feel the South African government can do in that regards.
Yeah, once again, it's not a very simple process, but it starts all with political will. They will have to start to demonstrate a political will in order to solve the problem. Another challenge that we have is ever since 1994, every national commissioner or inspector general of police has either been arrested for corruption or has left under a cloud of corruption. So that is really a lack of leadership within our law enforcement fraternity. And we see that the current minister of police used to be a national commissioner of police that was actually fired because of corruption. So that all indicates to us that we've got a serious leadership problem within the law enforcement fraternity. So if you ask what the government can do, I think they will have to revise and overall the leadership and of the law enforcement intelligence fraternities, but also they have to look at new strategies, because the strategies that have been implemented up to now clearly has not paid off.
All right, William, when we talk about arrests of genocide fugitives like this, I'd like to scale it up and look at it from the international perspective. How do you think this would impact global efforts in bringing war criminals to justice? Do you think it will aid it? And do you think there are different parameters or situations that you think can be improved upon, can be looked into and improved upon to see that across the globe, we are able to stamp out issues of genocidal killings and fugitives finding refuge after committing these crimes?
Yeah, in the first place, I think we are criticizing a lot with good right, but also we have to commend and give praise where praise is due, and we need to commend the South African Police Service that they have arrested this fugitive. We need to commend them for bringing this fugitive before court, and also for pursuing this extradition of this fugitive towards Rwanda, because the genocide it cut extremely deep in not only Rwanda and in the Great Lakes region, but also the rest of Africa are still reeling under that genocide, and we cannot allow something like that to happen again. So in that regard, I think it sends a clear message to these type of fugitives that are still out there, that your time will come. One time or another, whether you'll be able to corrupt officials or whether you think that you can hide, at the end of the day, it will catch up with you, and justice will be served on you.
Thank you so much, William Mills, for joining us.
You're welcome.